want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Why is there different ages mentioned for Ahaziah's reign in 2 Kings chapter 8 verse 26 and 2 Chronicles chapter 22 verse 2? Thank you. Well, you're welcome. By the way, this is one of those classic questions that we have in what we call apparent contradictions of Scripture, meaning in one case you have him reigning 20 some odd years and the other one 40 some odd years. When you begin to look at these respective passages, one of the things that's most important is we have to go and look at the fine details, look at reigning since this event, reigning since his birth, reigning since somebody's death. And what you'll discover in this case is that basically upon his birth and upon his early childhood, he was declared the ruler, even though he was not actively the one ruling. It wasn't until 20 years later where he actually was participating in his reign. Now, let me give you a contemporary example, okay? Whom we know as Charles, King Charles now. Many of us questioned if he would ever become King Charles. He was Prince Charles for years and years and years and years. But we all knew that he was the next in line. I mean, he literally was one breath away, or lack of breath away, from becoming king for 70 plus years. Now, again, in ancient days, they would do as I'm speaking of, not so much today. We could have said that King Charles began to reign upon his birth. Much like his successor, the same story. But he didn't actually, quote, take office until much later. And so when you go down and you look at these apparent contradictions of years of reign, ages and such, when you really drill down, it's really more of the setting and the circumstances of declaring him reigning, but not actually having the authority to do so until other circumstances fell in place. It's a great question. Happens all the time in the Bible because we have these apparent discrepancies. Just got to dig down a little bit and realize the language around the numbers clarifies the apparent discrepancy of the numbers. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.